So I wanted to make this video as a kind of update for my patrons on what I'm working on at the moment. And when I started on the Patreon platform, one of the ideas was that I would use it as a way to bring people in kind of behind the scenes into the creative process. Let me share with you what I've been working on. For the past few months, I've been in the research stages and also the initial writing stages of what I hope will become my second book. It would be a historical novel set here in New Orleans about 200 years ago. So this old tree here would feature in a climactic moment of the story. It's called the Dueling Oak. It's hundreds of years old and it's located in a corner of City Park. And this was the site for decades of duels over matters of honor. The idea for the story began a little over 10 years ago. And at first it was a screenplay idea. So I started writing this as a screenplay. The idea stuck with me through the years. About 8 years ago I wrote a song and I sort of used the story I'd come up with for the screenplay. The song was called New Orleans Tale.
Here where the Mississippi snakes past the Crescent City, a story I will tell you of love and fallen glory.
It's a story with 4 parts. The first part is the river journey. Nathaniel is a 17-year-old boy who's lived his whole life, I think in Pennsylvania or Ohio, which at that time was sort of frontier country, a simple rural life. And into his world comes the very cosmopolitan and dashing Almonaster from New Orleans. So the first part of the story is this river journey. The second part is the actual arrival in New Orleans, which I call a love affair, because there's an actual love affair and there's also a symbolic love affair for Nathaniel becoming familiar with this place for the first time. And that brings me to the 2 other main characters.
She was a southern beauty, well born and scorning duty. He was a rich landowner, well learned and growing older. They were married on August 1st, month of thirst. She spilled wine on their satin gown, London town.
The third section would detail the events of what is now known as the Battle of New Orleans. And this section of the story will bring in the character of Jean Lafitte, the pirate, kind of a local legend and hero in these parts. And according to my Cajun grandfather, my ancestor, but I've also heard that all Cajuns make that claim. So, and the fourth part of the story would detail the sort of climax of the personal relations between these 4 main characters: Nathaniel, Almonaster, Ariadne, and the landowner. And I don't want to give too much away. There's a duel.